Okay, there.
Did you guys solve the problem?
Yeah. X equals 7, 0, and -7.
Okay, so I don't want you to do anything on computer yet. This is because
You have to do the 2x.
I don't want you to do anything on computer yet. I just want you to get a decimal out, and I want you to solve this thing algebraically. We talked about yesterday. A lot of you guys have tendency to divide by both sides by x, and that's the wrong way to do something. Please don't divide by x on both sides, because you're gonna get rid of the answer. So here we're gonna talk about wrong way to do things. Bendy, can you check if I can write on this side of the book? Can you see?
Yeah.
On the screen?
Oh, on the screen?
No.
It's,
I mean, you can see your
and
hand.
then you can see.
Okay, so we're gonna talk about here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna talk about wrong way to do things. So wrong way, and we don't want to approach the wrong way, so you don't want to write this part down. So if some people do a wrong way, 2x cubed equal to 98x. And some people says, oh yeah, I can divide by both sides by 2x. And here's is bad, because you're gonna get rid of the answer, and we're gonna talk about why I get rid of the answer here. So that's gonna give you x squared equal to 49, and you're gonna say x is equal to 7, and that's a wrong way to do something. If it's on the test, it was worth 20 points, I'll take out all 20 points. It doesn't mean x equal to 7 is not part of the right answer. It is part of the right answer, but it's not complete. And we're gonna tell you why it's not complete. So we have this questions here, so this is a complete wrong way. First of all, this person make two mistakes. The mistake happened on here. X squared equal to 49. X should have been what?
7 and -7.
Plus -7. So, but even if you have plus and -7, you will still have wrong answer, because I still give you -20. Why? Because that's not complete. So we're going to talk about this is not the right way to do it, and we're going to talk about this is going to be a right way to do it. So we're going to say 2x to the cube minus 98x is equal to 0. And we're going to take out 2x here, and that's going to give you x squared minus 49. Are we okay here? Now this is a difference of a square, so it'll be 2x times x plus 7 times x minus 7. That's equal to 0. 2x is equal to 0. X plus 7 is equal to 0. X minus 7 is equal to 0. X is equal to 0. X is equal to -7. X is equal to 7. So there's a 3 solution. And you're going to say, why didn't I give you partial credit for plus minus 7? Because it's not the right answer. You have to have all 3 answers simultaneously. And we're going to show you why those answers are simultaneously. So we're going to go to decimals. Decimals, first time I introduced this website, decimal calculator. So what happened is you can actually find the answer graphically. Okay? In the past, you probably used MathWay, which that's bad, because MathWay doesn't teach you nothing. You probably use side math, probably teach you nothing. Alpha math, alpha Wolfram probably don't teach you anything, because that doesn't teach you foundation. How do you analyze the graph? So what we're going to do is we're going to do the same thing. We're going to do it graphically, and we're going to do it 2 separate ways. So it'll be 2x cubed minus 98x. That's my first step. Okay, so I do this. So what happened is I'm going to ask you to graph this. On the first line, I want you to graph this alone, not equal to 0, but just this. And you're going to graph this into a function, not this part. So, not here. Not including. Not including the equal to 0, just graph this. Strictly graph this. Okay. You graph these functions, and you say, okay, I'm gonna graph it, but what does that equal to 0 mean? I need to teach you what does that equal to 0 mean. Equal to 0 means you're looking for the zeros. But 0 in term math is not only 0. In a graph, that is actually looking for the x-intercept. So you look for x-intercept. But in math, we call it zeros. 0, that means from y equal to 0. So that's why we call it zeros. Okay, I don't know how to spell zeros. I think Z-E-R-O-S or Z-E-R-O-E-S. I have no idea. Zeros, but there's names, there's other names. For example, solutions and roots. Okay, so those are the roots. And we're gonna talk about those and solutions. But mainly in the graph, you're looking for those two things. Okay, that means I don't write down equal to 0 on decimal. I just graph this function only. Okay, graph only. Okay, I just graph this. So you guys got, Miriam, when you pass by there, can you help me type in 2x to the cube minus 98x? Now you're gonna have problem typing x to the cube. Now how do you type in the x cube? You're gonna do shift and 6.
Yeah.
Shift and 6, yes.
Isn't it like 3 straight lines?
Yeah, we're gonna show you it's not 3 straight lines.
So x cubed equals 98x?
Yeah.
2x to the
Minus
cube minus
98x.
98x. Okay, minus 98x. Okay, so you see 3 straight lines, right? But here's not only that 3 straight lines, you didn't see the whole graph. How do you see the whole graph? So you're not zooming out, because zoom out is gonna make it that line is gonna be very, very bad. So what we're gonna do is, we're actually gonna use the wrench. The wrench here, you're gonna click in.
Can we turn off one of the lights?
Yes, sure. Ken, can you help me turn on the light? Okay. Ken?
Or the one that's right here?
Well, yeah, okay. Is that good?
Yeah.
Okay, so, David, can you help me use the computer? So,
Oh, we got air.
here, right? This one here, I want to change it to negative 8. Negative 8. And this one's positive 8. Okay, and here change it to maybe negative 100. And here change to positive 100. Maybe 200. Change it to 300, about 200, yeah. Maybe 3. Okay, good. And then get rid of this. And hold on a second, let me do projection mode. Okay. So you see this graph here, that this is my solutions. X equal to negative 7, 0, and positive 7. Okay, but how do I manipulate that? I can use the wrench. This wrench, the X can decide how far I want to go. And Y, I can go as much as I can to see the whole graph in perspective. So it's kind of like a microscope. Except you decide where to see. You can see that X is more than Y, you can see Y more than X, you can see more. So this is the domain and range of the window. So the domain, I only want to see from negative 8 to positive 8. The y-axis, because the graph is up, it looks like a straight line, so I want to see the whole graph. I'm going to go to negative 200, negative 300. I can try a different number, and try the bigger number to see the whole big things. Okay? So, does that make sense? You see the answer here. So the graph of the answer is right here. So why I won't give you an answer right now, because you can find an answer on the calculator. 1, 2, and 3. And that was the 3 solutions. That's why the graph didn't go in like this. Positive 7, negative 7. No, it goes through 3 single points. And those 3 points are solutions. So you cannot miss one. Yes, Ken?
What determines how high or low the arc
That's a good question. We're gonna get to that in later on in pre-calc. It's because this is a third degree function, makes it really go really high because every value you plug in is gonna be cube. So let's say if you plug in 2, then I'm gonna get 2 to the cube is 18. 18 times 2 is gonna be 36. So that value is gonna be all the way up to 36, at least minimum. That's just if you plug in 2, but if you plug in 5, the value is gonna be even greater. So even the highest value is going to give you like 264.42. So you can actually click on this point, you can click on this point, but they give you all the major point of x-intercepts. So do not use side math, do not use math way, do not use math Wolfram, which is that is not useful. This one you actually analyze and graph, you actually understand now. Okay, so from now on, if I give you an equation as a homework, you can check your answer on decimals. Got it? So now I'm going to try the next question. The next question looks a little bit different. So we're going to ask you to try this equation. We're going to ask you to try x cubed minus 9x and it's equal to 18 minus 2x squared. So now, with this one, you have to be careful. We can actually talk about 2 ways to do this. So this is the first way to do something, but I really don't like the first way, not only know one way to solve math. So this is the first way, algebraically, right? So everybody pay attention before you go on to do the problem. This is algebraically. This is the first way to look at graphically. Okay, there's actually a second way, but that's the least popular way. We're going to talk about what a second way is better. So the first way is this. Once look for what? X-intercept, right?
Yeah.
But you have to make sure the equation is set equal to 0. Now second way is also interesting. The second way is I'm going to graph this function, 2x to the 3. And then we're going to graph in the first line. So first line, we're going to graph this one. So here we're going to graph 2x to 3. The second line, we graph 98x. Okay?
Negative?
No negative, because we want to graph in this perspective. 2x cubed is equal to 98x. And we graph this one as one equation, and this one is one equation. So David, can you help me with that one? Just erase this part and change the 98x on here. Change the 98x on here. Okay, so now I'm going to zoom out a little bit. So let me do this. Erase this part, and then erase this part. So now you're gonna see here, where's my solution here? Not a 0.
Where they're intersecting?
Where they intersect. Look, when this equation is equal to this equation, when they're equal, that means they have the same y value. So look at this thing. Oops, something happened. It's right here. They have the same y value. Look at here. 7. The intersect, that means the function are equal to each other. 0. Negative 7. So you get 3 solutions, but in 2 different ways. But here's what I do. I prefer the first way. The first way is always the easier way. We'll just make sure everything on the left-hand side, set it equal to 0, graph that, look for x-intercept, and you're done. Okay? So now I want you to do this question. I want you to do it first algebraically. Second, I want you to try and look for x-intercept way. Third, I want you to just see how you find a solution from this way. See if you can find all 3 solutions. in 3 different ways. I mean, same question, 3 different ways. Okay, so that's the things I want you to do. Now, you gotta remember how to do factor by grouping. You have to be able to remember how to do that. So here's the equation I want you to do. I'm gonna cross those out, cross those out. Learning how to use decimals. Decimal is going to be your answer keys.
You want this, when we do the graphing method, do you want this?
After you do algebra method, I want you to try 2 different ways to graph. Trying to turn it off. Tatiana's gonna look at me. Can't turn it off.
Is she the Omar of second period, basically?
She threw my phone out there twice. Not only once, twice. I shouldn't even give her the extra credit. So ungrateful.
You see,
What happened?
Rule is the rule. Like, that's okay.
you should give me double the extra credit,
Why?
because I already found twice, so
Oh, wow.
it just makes sense, yeah. Okay.
So did you guys do it algebraically? Did you do it?
I'm doing it.
This is the second one.
Anybody need help? Raise your hand. Okay, so Marion, you're responsible for Jeffrey and Ken. Who else need help? Bendy, Tatiana, can you help out Bendy or no?
Yeah.
Bendy and Andrew.
I love you guys.
And who else need help on this side? Okay, Andres, can you help out those 2? Who else need help? You're supposed to know how to do it algebraically and the graphic. You need help? I gotta say, can you help her? Who else need help? Raise your hand. Do you need help? No, you too? No, you got it? Do you know how to graphically find a solution? Okay. Sarah, you need help in the back?
I think I did it. Mister, I think I did it without help, I think.
Good.
I just don't know how to graph it. I think I got the answer.
You need help? You need help? Who else need help?
X minus 9x equals 8.
Raise your hand if you need help. I'll send somebody to help you.
Yeah, that.
Who need help? Raise your hand. Nicholas, do you need help? No?
You have to write it in your
Erase all that.
You did it, Jeffrey?
I just need to know that it's right. 'Cause, like,
Yeah, it's gonna change.
mistake, but I'm.
But you have, so then you're gonna, it's not positive, because you took a negative, so that's gonna be positive. So these are the same, so you compare them, so do x plus 2. And then you compare these, x squared minus 9, on the next one. Yeah. I'm working that way, it's nice, x squared minus 9. Exactly. And then you set them all, so x plus 2 equals 0, x plus 2 equals 0. You can combine them, they don't have the same exponent. So what's this? So you have to group them.
What's the greatest one?
Miriam's also. She bailed on Jeff.
I just don't know how to do that.
She did everything else right. No, I was thinking when he slowed it. I forgot them.
Okay, so the solutions on the board, and you get graphic today. That's hard.
That's, this class is like so bad.
Wait,
You're gonna grab everything move to the left hand side and grab that function. So everything grab this one here. On the left, everything on the left. X to the cube plus 2x squared. No, look at this. Minus 9x minus 18.
yeah, but that's different because girls, like girls do that. You have to hold it out and make it.
I look at my paper and I'm like,
You see here, 3 intersect, and those 3 are the solutions. Yeah, and those are the solutions. Those are the solutions of x equal to negative 3 plus 3.
I studied 3 hours before the test. It gets stuck to my head, you know, when you're trying to yesterday. And now, like, I look at the paper, I'm like, shit, I forgot everything. So now I got like.
Oh, there's no why.
There's no y, just graph the function. There's no equal to 0, there's no nothing.
That's frustrating.
Oh,
Man.
okay. Thank you. Instead, but.